how to look for the ELP requirements and what all facilities are available on campus, right? Before that, I'll play a quick video for 2 minutes for you guys to know more about McEwan. How does our campus look like? Where are we situated? And more facilities on campus. Okay, so just give me a second. I would just play this video for you guys. This will give you a clearer picture as to what exactly are we looking forward to. So enjoy the video.
McEwan University is located in the heart of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. When you study at McEwan, you will get to experience life in a Canadian city that is full of things to do year-round. McEwan is an undergraduate university that offers degree, diploma, and certificate programs in business, science, arts, health, and more. Our city center campus stretches over 7 city blocks. All of our buildings are connected by pedways, so it's easy to get around. On our campus, you will find classrooms, science labs, art and dance studios, performance venues, a recording studio, and nursing simulation centers, all designed to help students learn in a hands-on way. In addition to state-of-the-art learning spaces, our campus also includes plenty of food options, spaces for studying and gathering, a pool, fitness center, and gymnasium where you could watch our sports teams, the Griffins, play. McEwan is located in downtown Edmonton. The downtown core is a hub of activity, with many shops, restaurants, cafes, nightclubs, live music, and theater performances. You will have plenty to do during your free time. Attend a sporting event or concert at Rogers Place Arena. Enjoy art and cultural exhibitions at the Art Gallery of Alberta or the Royal Alberta Museum. Edmonton is known as the Festival City. Every summer, we host festivals for theater, music, food, international cultures, and more. Many of these festivals take place near McEwan's campus, so you will be right in the center of the action. We also make the most of the winter with outdoor sports, activities, and festivals. Edmonton's River Valley provides the peace and calm of nature right in the middle of the city. The majestic North Saskatchewan River runs through the heart of Edmonton, surrounded by parks, walking paths, and cycling trails. When you live in Edmonton, you're never far away from a scenic getaway. Edmonton is just a short road trip away from Elk Island National Park, home to bison, elk, and over 250 species of birds. Jasper and Banff are only a day trip away and feature breathtaking views of the Rocky Mountains. McEwan University provides not only an excellent education and engaging campus life, it's also a gateway to exciting adventures, outdoor activities, and all the fun of living downtown. Find out more on mcewan.ca.
So I hope with this video, you guys have got a fair idea as to what we are looking at and where exactly is McEwan situated and what we have on campus for you guys, right? So we are, as it rightly said in the video, we are in Edmonton, right in the heart of Edmonton in Alberta as the province for Canada. The university, so on my back, if you see, this is basically the main block of the university. That's how it looks. It's called the clock tower. So we have a university that's as huge as 7 blocks long, all interconnected. The reason being interconnected is because of the winter weathers, wherein we expect Alberta to go down to -30, -40 degrees. So if a student is there, is safe enough to have one of their lectures in building 1 and the other one in the building 5, so they don't have to step in and out in those cold weathers, right? So that's pretty much weather controlled. As we also learned in the video, the class sizes for McEwan are not as huge as 100 or 500 students studying in one class, right? So we have pretty much a controlled environment suitable for the students coming from the Asian region, particularly India as well. Because from our childhoods, we are used to smaller class sizes with 40, 45, 50 students in a class. That's how it's been built in McEwan, with 40 to 45 students in a class, wherein a student is able to approach to their professors for any questions. They're able to make friends, and it's a mixed blend of very beautiful blend of the international market that we have. It's not just only Asians, it's not just only Indians, it's not just no Indians, right? It's a beautiful blend from across 60 countries that we have at McEwan campus. Having said that, we have, as we said, it's an exclusive undergraduate university. So most of our programs are to do with bachelor's and diplomas. We also have a vertical with the School of Continuing Education, which primarily focuses on professional certificates. Those are all one-year professional certificates, which are non-credit, but are very specific to the kind of profession you are looking at. We might not be talking much about those professional certificates today, as we are here to recruit more for the bachelor's and the diploma programs, right? Let me again share my screen, wherein I'll just take you through the list of the programs and the faculties that we have on campus for you to have a glance on the same, right? Okay. I will also share these soft copies after the training so that you'll have them handy and you can always refer to these pieces. Right. So let's go to the page number 2. So is this visible to everybody? Okay. I'll just increase the font size a bit so we are more competitively able to list. Few important information. If you see length of the program, wherever it says 4, it's going to be a bachelor's degree, of course, because the bachelor's in Canada is for 4 years. Wherever it says 2, it's going to be a diploma program. When it says 4 or a 2, that means you would be admitted into a bachelor's degree but can exit into a diploma if need be, right? A deadline, this would be your application deadline dates. Winter deadlines, wherever it will be mentioned, would have a deadline. When it says no intake, means this particular program is not available for winter intake. Our two major intakes are fall, which is September, winter, which is January. We also have a spring intake, but that's got a very, very limited number of programs. So we may primarily focus on the fall and the winter details for international students. Coming to the faculties that we have, the first to start with would be a Faculty of Arts and Sciences. So the programs under this would be primarily the bachelor's degrees, like the Bachelor's of Arts and the Bachelor's of Sciences. Important part, the majors available need not be declared by the student right at the time of application. They have the flexibility of declaring the major they want to choose. For example, a student going for Bachelor's of Arts can get into a majors into economics, English, history, psychology, sociology, political sciences, but they need not declare it right on the day of application. They can do it post their first year of education. Okay. So if a student thinks really that they want to go for a bachelor's of sociology while applying, there is a possibility they change their mind and get into a bachelor's of arts with psychology. That's absolutely fine. They have that flexibility. They don't have to worry, oh, I've declared something and I cannot change it. By the end of first year, when you're declaring your major at the university, you have the option of changing it to whatever you want. You cannot change the program, but you can change the major. Okay, so you cannot change from a bachelor's of art to the bachelor's of science, but definitely within the bachelor's of arts, you can change your majors. Second faculty would be the School of Business. Now, the School of Business is more to do with the programs related to students who are either from a commerce background or looking at making a career into business or working with corporates precisely, right? So they are looking at Bachelor's of Commerce, accounting and strategic measurements, business management, human resource management, very specific to the management programs. Having said that, the Bachelor's of Commerce does give you a facility or an opportunity for co-op. Now, when we say co-op, that's a facility wherein a student is able to work outside campus in an office environment and also earn a stipend or earn a money along with that. That's kind of a full-time job.
Ma'am, you have like co-op with all your bachelor's degree?
Only the Bachelor's of Commerce.
Okay.
Only the School of Business allows you the co-op facility. The other programs definitely give you a hands-on practice wherever required in the labs and within the university. They may not be the paid stipends, but you definitely get a hands-on experiences. But Bachelor's of Commerce gives you an opportunity to work outside the campus as a co-op. Having said that, it is very important to clarify to a student, one, the co-op cannot be in the beginning or at the end of the program. It can be either after year 1, year 2, right? It cannot be at the end of the program or beginning. And the amount of time that they take for co-op will extend the length of the program, right? So if they're doing a co-op for 1 year in between, after year 2, the total length of the program will be from 4 to 5 years then, right? Coming to the third one is the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications. Not a lot of universities in Canada do offer this faculty. This is more to do with students who are looking at building a career in a specific fine art. May it be music, arts, theater production. They might be looking at getting into performances. So all students who are looking at those kind of career paths can definitely opt for the Faculty of Fine Arts. There is a possibility in these programs, they might have to submit a portfolio, right? So now again, you have to have some kind of a background for these kind of courses. Not any and everybody would be eligible. So if somebody is looking at a bachelor's of music in jazz and contemporary popular music, they would have to have that kind of a background and be able to produce a portfolio if requested, right? Similarly, a bachelor's of design, communication studies would be open to all. Fine arts, wherein you're again looking at a performance-based dance, studio arts, theater production, some kind of a portfolio or a resume might be requested for. The next faculty that we have, it would be health and community studies. Now, this particular faculty provides programs which are precisely related to the community, right? Looking at child and youth care, early childhood, social work, massage therapy, police and investigation. So these are more to do with the community, with the people in and around us, right? All these programs, again, few programs are very specific, wherein if you have social work, you're looking at police and investigation, you might be requested for a resume or some kind of references to be provided for what you've done in past, right? You cannot just open and, post your 12, just say, I want to do social work. You have to have some kind of an engagement and some kind of a past work that's been done. All these requirements, what exactly would be required would be mentioned when you go through the requirement page of that program. Last but not the least would be the Faculty of Nursing. That's one of our most demanded faculties. McEwan is demanded for the nursing, for the kind of laboratories and the kind of work we do, the professors we have, not just with international, but also with domestic students, right? So Bachelor's of Science in Nursing is one of our most competitive program, very much in demand, and definitely it requires a higher percentage to get through. Again, Bachelor's of Psychiatric Nursing. Also, there are two more bachelor nursing programs which are not here mentioned above right now. Is for the existing nurses in country. If there is somebody who's already an existing nurse and want to move into Canada and pursue that as a career further, they can move in with either a bridge to Canadian nursing program or a nursing program which has been designed for palliative care and genetology. So it's a program with genetology and palliative care, which is to do more with the taking care of the elderlies. Right? So those are the two programs which are for existing nurses in the country. Going further, this
मैम ये palliative care और ये इसमें ब्रोशर में नहीं लिखे हैं ना programs?
हाँ, इसमें नहीं है, वो missing है because these are the upgraded ones. It will show up in the next brochure that we have.
Okay, मैम कौन से दो प्रोग्राम आपने कहे? Palliative care है?
It's the program with genetology and palliative care.
Okay, और ये डिप्लोमा प्रोग्राम है 2 साल का?
Yes, it is a combination of two certificate programs, basically. A certificate into genetology and a certificate into palliative care combined together makes it a diploma for 2 years.
Okay.
Right? And the second program, which is missing on this brochure, is the Bridge to Canadian Nursing.
Okay.
That's also, a program wherein an existing nurse can get into a bridge to nursing to understand how it does it, how does the things work in Canada, what is required, what is not, and to understand because they're already existing nurses. So they know the work of a nurse, but just to get familiar with the Canadian environment and the requirements and the rules and regulations.
So it's a 1 year certificate.
Yes. Okay. Just a brief about our university. Again, this has to be updated because now the numbers have increased this year. We have more than 1,500 international students with a total strength of approximately 18 to 20,000 students on board, including the domestic strength. International students from all across the globe. As I said, we have a very beautiful mix of the international students, wherein you get an opportunity to learn and exchange about the different countries and their religions and their living standards and styles and everything. Let me just see if I can share the scholarship page with you guys. Okay. So that's here. It says about the scholarships that we offer to international students. One, these scholarships are automatic. You don't have to apply for these scholarships, right? So when you submit an application, any student who is having more than 80% in their 12th grade, in their high school, automatically qualifies for a scholarship. Now, the scholarship would range between 4 to 14,000 Canadian dollars, depending on what exactly is the score of the student. Similarly, for diploma programs, it will range between 4 to 12,000 Canadian dollars. The students don't have to apply. I would say again, they don't have to apply for these scholarships. These are automatic scholarships based on their academic scores. They will definitely get these. The exceptions would be if a student is being admitted under an ISB category, which means if they are admitted conditionally, if they have any condition on their offer letter, they would not get the entrance scholarship. Any condition to be met, they would not get an entrance scholarship. Whatever is the amount of the scholarship will be mentioned on the initial letter of acceptance that they get. If it is not there, then it is not there. If it is there, it would clearly mention the amount that is being awarded to the student. Okay.
मैम ये जो स्कॉलरशिप्स है 80% के ऊपर स्टूडेंट्स होगा उनको ही मिलेगी, राइट? इनके आपके पास कोई स्ट्रक्चर है कि जैसे 80% हो तो 4,000 का है, 85 हो तो 8,000 का है, ऐसा कोई स्ट्रक्चर है अपने पास?
You see my screen?
नहीं मैम, बहुत छोटा दिख रहा है.
Is it visible now?
मैम दिख तो रहा है पर ये इतने छोटे अक्षर है कि रीड नहीं कर पा रहे हैं हम लोग.
Why is it small? Give me a second. Wait, let me share that again with you. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if it is between 80 to 85, you'll end up anywhere between 4 to 8,000. Now, again, depending, किसी का 82 है, 83 है, 84 है, I can't tell you the exact amount. This is an automatically generated scholarship, but they will definitely get minimum 8 or a maximum, sorry, minimum 4 or a maximum 8 in it.
अच्छा, okay. एक minute, ma'am. I just wanted to take the picture of this.
That's okay. I'll be sending this to you on an email anyways.
Okay, okay.
I will send a soft copy of this document. Similarly, for diplomas, it will range between 4 to 8 for students between 80 to 90, and anybody 90 above will get an 8 to a 12,000.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So moving forward, where were we? Let me just get back to the program details we were trying. Give me a moment. Okay, so getting back to here, so we've talked about the scholarships. It's very important how to apply. That steps to apply would be very, very handy with you guys. It's very simple. Just go to Apply Alberta website, applyalberta.ca, create the profile of the student. You'll have to choose the program that you're going for, the intake that you're applying for, pay the application fee, which is 110 Canadian dollars.
Ma'am, just give me 1 minute. Kinnari, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you ask Chirag Bhai to join? Chirag Bhai and Dhaval Bhai to join for 5 minutes. This is the back office process that they need to understand.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, give me just 1 minute. We have a back office staff. For them, it is important.
Okay, so we'll come to this later. Let me just get
Okay.
back to the
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the tuition fee structure, which is very important program thing to know when you're talking to your student and, telling them about the program and the fee structures and everything. 110 Canadian dollars is going to be your application fee. Once you've made the application, it will take about 6 to 7 weeks for you to get the initial LOA. That's a standard time for processing after all documents have been uploaded on the portal. Evaluation takes about 6 to 7 weeks. Once the LOA has been sent across to the student, they need to pay a deposit to secure their seat before the specified time limit. Now that deposit is 1,000 Canadian dollars. Once you've paid that 1,000 Canadian dollars, your seat is secured in that program at the university. Post that, you need to pay your tuition fee. That tuition fee ranges between 25 to 27,000 Canadian dollars a year for any bachelor's and a diploma program. But if it is a specialized program like Bachelor's of Science into nursing or psychiatric nursing or into designing or computer sciences, particular programs might range between 28 to 30,000. So you can say all programs range between 25 to 30 a year. Now, based on that, if it's a diploma, multiplied by 2 would be a total course fee. If it's a degree, multiplied by 4 would be an approximate course total fee. That's an approximate. Are we together? Okay. Moving forward, ELP requirements, very important. For every program that we apply for, a student needs to complete a test, either IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, which are the most common ones, right? The exception to it at McEwan, if a student comes with an MOI, which is a medium of instruction letter from their school, which states that they are coming from an English board, or they have done their last 3 years of education in English, they need not upload an ELP document in that case. Except for Bachelor's of Nursing. Bachelor's of Nursing or the nursing faculty requires an ELP to be met. Apart from nursing, any other program they're applying for can be applied with a medium of instruction letter.
Okay, ma'am. So,
the catch, if your student, for example, say IELTS requirement says an overall of 6.5 with a minimum of 5.5 in each component, right? Possibly a student had 6.5 overall, three of the components has 5.5 and one component has 5, right? Not acceptable. But he has an MOI. So do not upload both documents. Upload only the MOI. Do not confuse the admissions team by uploading both. If they are not meeting ELP, do not upload an ELP document. Only upload an MOI. If you are not giving an MOI, please upload an ELP. Do not upload both. Fine?
मैम MOI लेटर में कुछ स्पेसिफिक है कि लास्ट 2 years इंग्लिश मीडियम में होना चाहिए 3
Last 3
years?
years.
लास्ट 3 years. तो ऐसा MOI पे भी रुखसाना ऐसा मेंशन हुआ होना चाहिए, तो अपने को एक
Yes.
फॉर्मेट वैसी करनी पड़ेगी.
Yes, all schools have these formats these days. They are very specific. They know it. For example, if the student was in a different school in 10th and in a different school in 12th, please get those MOIs from both the schools.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Very much required. Okay. Now, for Bachelor's of Nursing, you have to be very specific because they'll need a 6.5 in IELTS with a minimum 5.5 in reading and writing, 6 in listening, and 7 in speaking. So if you're not meeting any of these criteria, they will have to go ahead and meet those. Otherwise, it will be not considered, right? So it will not be considered unless they at least meet these criteria. There's no point going ahead with the application because nursing will not accept an MOI. They have to
Okay,
meet,
okay.
right? So that's more to do it. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop us an email at international@mcewan.ca, or you can drop me an email to start with at southasia@mcewan.ca. If you have a query, you're not sure whether or not the student is qualifying for a program, you can send the transcripts or the ELP documents together for a review. We can do a pre-assessment, let you know whether or not the student is qualifying. If not qualifying, what is missing? Or if he does not qualify, what other programs can you give? We can do that kind of assessment for you.
ओके मैम, 2-4 क्वेश्चन है वो पूछ लें हम आपको?
Please.
हाँ जी मैम, ये सबसे पहले तो पूछना था कि क्या हम व्हाट्सएप पे कॉमन ग्रुप बना के प्री असेसमेंट कर सकते हैं, या ये प्री असेसमेंट हम ईमेल पे ही करें?
Because there is a lot of information that goes in, we would always prefer. Secondly, even if you do it on WhatsApp, there is a possibility I'm in trainings, I'm traveling. So there is a backend team that also responds to those emails. Even if I'm not available, there'll be a reply coming to you. If you want to wait for me, there is a possibility I might not be able to respond for 2 days.
अच्छा, ओके, ठीक है मैम, तो चलिए ईमेल पे हम प्री असेसमेंट करा देंगे। पर मैम ये एक पॉसिबिलिटी है कि हम व्हाट्सएप पे एटलीस्ट एक ग्रुप बना दे ताकि कम्युनिकेशन या कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसा कुछ हो, भले आप 2 दिन बाद जवाब दीजिए, पर कुछ ऐसे हमारे बीच में आपको हमें कुछ मैसेज देना है या फिर हमें तो एक कम्युनिकेशन हमारा चालू रह सके
I
इस
don't
हिसाब से।
mind. That's why I'm saying any urgency, any emergency, feel free to call me also. You can make a group. That's not a problem. But as I said, why an email is required? For example, if there's an emergency wherein you need any kind of a detail on any particular case, I am not the final authority. I will also have to get the details either from somebody at campus or the admissions team. So possibly 90% of the times you might get a response on WhatsApp saying, please mail me about the details, and I would get you the right answer because I'll need your emails to get it from the people ahead.
ओके मैम,
Wherever
अभी
do
कोई
it for
बात
you.
नहीं, समझ गई मैम, मैं समझ गई। जो अभी मेरे क्वेश्चन है मैं पूछ लेती हूँ मैम आपको। मैम आपको ये बैचलर्स डिग्री जो है आर्ट्स की, साइंस की, कॉमर्स की, फाइन आर्ट्स और अर्ली चाइल्डहुड या सोशल वर्क ह्यूमैनिटीज से रिलेटेड, इन सारी डिग्रीज के अंदर क्या 12th में मैथमेटिक्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है?
I will come to the requirements coming ahead. Whereas, just to answer this in short, all programs in sciences, all programs related to the School of Business, yes, requires maths.
ओके, और मैथ्स का कोई ऑल्टरनेटिव है, जैसे अकाउंटिंग, स्टैटिस्टिक्स कॉमर्स में चल जाए या ऐसा कुछ?
30-1 and 30-2, if it is required, it is required. If you don't have it, you can do it with an open school. You can do it with Ontario Maths. If you don't do it, you will get a conditional offer. Possibly, if you get a condition, you will have to fulfill that condition by completing one course of maths in the first year of education. But math condition would be there on your offer letter there. And
और
unless you
वर्चुअल हाई स्कूल करने के लिए कोई स्टूडेंट रेडी हो तो नर्सिंग में पॉसिबल है?
nursing, yes, you can do that, but that has to be done prior to the application.
Okay.
So if you're doing nursing, you'll have to do advanced mathematics, maybe from an Ontario school or any other virtual form, but make sure that they do advanced mathematics, which is equal to 30-1, not 30-2.
Okay. मैम पीटी और टॉफल डिओलिंगो ऐसा कोई स्कोर आप एक्सेप्ट करते हैं?
Yes, of course. So for that, you can move into mcewan.ca/ELP. It will give you a complete list of documents that are required. If you want, I can just show it to you. Just give me a second. If you just go to the McEwan website here. Okay, so if you go to the McEwan website, go to ELP, it will give you, scrolling down, what is required for each testing, what all is accepted. So we have all these programs which are accepted.
ओके
मैम, ये एमओआई लेटर आपने जो बोला, ये सारे ही नर्सिंग, बैचलर्स, हर तरह डिपार्टमेंट में एक्सेप्टेबल
नहीं
है?
नहीं रुखसाना, नर्सिंग में मना किया, बाकी सब में चलेगा ऐसा कहा।
ओके।
और मैम मिनिमम परसेंटेज क्या है जिसपे हम एप्लीकेशन लॉन्च कर सकते हैं? 60, 65?
Now that I'm on the screen, let me just share that with you. What you can do, give me a second. Whenever you need anything, just go to the McEwan.ca International. For example, we're going for business management program. Everything is there on the website here, so you need not really worry or make a note of it. Just go to the program. Scroll down a bit. It will give you a tab that says admission requirements. Going down, regular admissions. It will give you an applicant must have a minimum overall average of 65% with no grade less than 40% in their high school. So we are talking about 5 qualifying subjects for application. All subjects should have a minimum of 50% equivalent Canadian grade and an average of 65%. Now for the business management diploma, you'll need English as mandatory. For mathematics, 30-1 and 30-2, when we talk about India, they have a combination. So if you have a 12th maths, it's considered. And 3 more additional subjects from the groups A, B, C, D. Now, business management is one program which gives you an exception. If you don't have a 12th mathematics and you have a maths in 10th, you can apply. But as I said, you will get a conditional offer to complete maths course in the first year, which will be an additional fee also, and it will be a condition to be fulfilled in the first year. Unless it's fulfilled, you cannot go to year 2. You have an option of doing that even prior to starting of the program through the online portals like the Ontario Maths or any other open school. If you complete it, just upload the document for admissions to verify it's been done and they will open condition.
ओके मैम, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स जो है ना वहां पे मैथ्स पढ़ने के लिए रेडी है। फर्स्ट ईयर में वहां पे पढ़ लेंगे, एक्स्ट्रा फीस दे देंगे, पर यहाँ से उनको नहीं करना है। तो ऐसे कौन कौन से प्रोग्राम है जिसमें हम कंडीशनल मैथ्स यानी कि उसके लिए कर सकते हैं?
That would depend. See, we cannot guarantee. Usme agar, see, it is a competitive admission, right? So if there are students who have maths, they would be given a priority. But if you get a conditional offer, if you are a good student with good grades and you get a conditional offer, there is a possibility that you can do it on campus and take it as a condition fulfillment. Right? But we always suggest to have maths being cleared earlier. If not, that's okay, because a lot of students in the School of Business do get conditional offers and they fulfill these conditions later. But just make sure if you're taking these conditional offers, even if the student is above 80%, they will not get scholarships because they are conditionally admitted. Is that fine? Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so now going forward, when it says the mandatory subjects, we have to have 3 more subjects from A, B, C, D. Now, what are these groups A, B, C, D? Let's click on this and learn more about that. So these are more to do with high school subjects. Group A considers more programs from humanities. In India, majorly humanities would refer to, say something like history, economics, psychology, sociology, geography, all these kind of programs, and also languages. If somebody has an extra language, maybe say they have Punjabi, they have Urdu, they have Gujarati, they have Marathi, any kind of an extra language, that would be considered as a part of Group A. Group B is to do with fine arts. If a student has, say, music, vocal music, dance, painting, any kind of these programs will fall into Group B. Group C is to do with sciences, which is physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, computer sciences, precisely to do with these programs. Optional. So D is an optional subject. Now, when it comes to Canada, all kind of programs like accounting, business studies, physical education, maybe say elective maths, all these kind of programs fall into Group D. Coming back to this, you have to be very careful. you can choose a maximum of one subject from group D. So we cannot have two subjects. Maximum of two subjects from group B, cannot have three. When we are talking about three subjects here, if it is from group A, all three, very good. If you're making a combination of A, B, C, D, fine. If all three are from group C, still acceptable. Combination A, B, C, D, acceptable. All three from group B cannot be done. It has to be two from B and one from either. Similarly, from group D, we can only take one and the other two have to be from ABC. If you want to see your programs are qualifying or not, you can even go scroll down a bit more on these. Go to International Bureaucrat. It will give you what kind of names. If it is, say, business management, it will fall under group D. If it says chemistry in our courses, Alberta equivalent would be a chemistry 3, which is group C. So we can have our programs and an equivalent group programs in Alberta. Okay. So let's look for a requirement for a national program and see if that we are able to understand, like say Bachelor of Nursing here, right? Which is one program, famous program we have. So again, going to the Bachelors of Nursing, scroll down, go to admission requirements, scroll down, go to the regular admissions. Now here it very clearly says it's a competitive program. It's giving you our last year two averages. Anybody falling between 80 to 90s were the ones who were admitted. Somebody having 75% does qualify to apply, but getting through would be difficult. Possibly that student might get on a wait list or might not be denied an admission because he is not falling into that competitive criteria. So our suggestion would be, if your students are having 60, 65, 70%, try them, try telling them not to apply for nursing, or even if they're doing that, as an option 2, apply for the Bachelor's of Science. When you make an application in the step 1, we will be coming back to that as you said, but just to let you know, in the step 1, there is an option of taking up 2 programs in the same fee of 110 Canadian dollars as option 1 and option 2. So always take an option 1 of the course that the student wants to go for, and option 2 as the program, which could be an option in case option 1 is waitlist or not available, or he's not qualifying for that. Okay. So here again, he should have a minimum of 65% with no course less than 50. Mandatory subjects would be English, biology, chemistry, or any other sciences like chemistry, maybe computer science, physics, any sciences. Maths, again, mandatory here. If they don't have maths and it's just a PCB student, can do it from an open school or an online with a maths 30-1 equivalent. That's suggested to get into the competitive world. And any one other subject from groups ABCD. Now we know ABCDs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So these would be precisely the way how to look for the eligibility criteria. But still, if you'll have any confusions, feel free to ask us.
Okay, ma'am.
So now when coming to the intakes, we have majorly 3 intakes. Precisely, most of our programs are open for fall, which is September, winter, which is January. We also have a spring intake, but we don't have much programs in there. If you want to look on that, just go to dates and deadlines. This will help you with 2 things. One, it will give you the dates and deadlines for application. Just go to application deadlines. It will let you know all international applicants applying for fall need to apply before 1st of May. For those who are applying for winter needs to apply before October 1st, on or before 1st of October. Our systems do not accept applications post these dates, even if the student is a very good student with 90, 92%. We have to abide by these deadlines. And these deadlines apply to all international applicants. That means onshore and offshore. Now, a very important point in here, it says, unless an earlier closing date is indicated. That means scrolling down, if any particular program gives you a date before the deadline mentioned above as 1st of May for fall, this is 30th of March. This date would be applicable for both domestic and international students. They will not take any application post 30th of March. You will not see this program in the drop down when making an application. But having said that, if it says 30th of June, which is after 1st of May, this 30th of June is applicable for domestic students. International remains 1st of May because we need to give the student time to apply for visas, get their documents in place and everything. So after 1st of May, you would not see it in the drop down available for international students. Also, here it will give you the list of programs available for fall intake, wherein it gives you a date, it means it's available. When it says no intake, that means this program is not available for winter. Winter programs available will have a deadline. That means those are the only programs which are available for winter. Most of our programs will be available for fall, but winter will have restriction on the number of programs available. Is that okay? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Any questions on this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is precisely how to look for a program, look for the program eligibility criteria, the deadlines, the requirements, ELP requirements. Anything more than this that you want to know from me right now? Based on the programs questions. No questions?
मैम एक मिनट, हमारी बैक ऑफिस है तो आप वो जो प्रोसेस बाकी था बैक ऑफिस वाला वो आप समझा दीजिए ना एप्लीकेशन का.
That I will just get back to that one. So here it is, you can see it's basically steps to apply, right? So what you need to know, counselors will have the details of what are the documents required for each program. Make sure you have those details ready, all those documents ready. Go to applyalberta.ca, create the student's profile. You just have to log in using the portal. It will automatically give you will receive an McEwan email ID and everything. You'll have to just log in, create a student's profile, choose the program you're looking for, choose the intake you're looking for, go ahead and make the payment, which is 110 Canadian dollars to apply. Once you have made the application, there would be an email that's been received by the student, which will give you a McEwan ID and a password, login ID and password for the McEwan student portal. Once that's been received, the student needs to log into that portal and upload all the required documents for that particular program. Now, the required documents would be the ELP requirement test results, the high school transcripts, any other post-high school transcripts, documents, any translations required, the passport copy, any resume if required. So all those documents needs to be uploaded, but please make sure every document is uploaded separately, not everything being in one PDF. 10th transcripts, 12th transcripts, admit card, passport, please upload different documents with the names mentioned precisely. Don't put it as image 1, image 2, image 3. Some people end up doing that. So please guide your student not to upload it as a random name, but to name the document as to what is the content of it. Once all these documents are uploaded, then the evaluation process would start, and it will take about 6 to 7 weeks, as we said, for them to get back to you with the initial LOA. Also to mention, all the communication that will come from the admissions team would only come to the student on their McEwan student portal.
Okay.
So please make sure that they regularly visit the portal and look at it. No, nothing will come on their Gmails, Outlook, or any other ID. Nothing will come to the agency directly. Any communication, whether there's a document missing, anything to be uploaded, if there is an LOA, if there's a PAL letter, everything will be communicated to the student on their McEwan ID only. So it's very important for the student to have an access to that ID and to keep a regular check on it.
Correct.
Even if the program is going waitlisted, if there's a decline, if there's an acceptance, there's an LOA, if there's a deadline for the payment, every communication will come on the McEwan portal.
जी यस मैम। मैम थोड़ा इसको सम अप मैं कर लेती हूँ टीम के लिए। जो भी बैचलर्स और डिप्लोमा के प्रोग्राम्स है उनकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, वेदर मैथ्स रिक्वायर है कि नहीं रिक्वायर है, वो आज हम लोग, मैं और किन्नरी मिलके वो पूरा आप लोगों को जो है ग्रुप में बता देंगे कि कौन से विदाउट मैथ्स हम कर पाएंगे और कौन से में मैथ्स चाहिए। तो वो एक क्लैरिटी हम वेबसाइट पे देख देख के हर एक प्रोग्राम का मैं और किन्नरी आपको ग्रुप में आज पोस्ट कर देंगे। ठीक है। इसके अलावा मैम ये सारे प्रोग्राम में MOI 3 साल का अगर किसी स्टूडेंट का है तो उस पर एडमिशन होगा, नहीं तो 6.5 बैंड 5.5 चाहिए। और ये चीजें जो है वो नर्सिंग पे लागू नहीं होती। नर्सिंग में कंपलसरी मैथ्स भी चाहिए और नर्सिंग में अपने को 6.5 बैंड 5.5 और जो लिसनिंग में 6 और स्पीकिंग में 7 बैंड की रिक्वायरमेंट है। एप्लीकेशन हम करते हैं, $110 एप्लीकेशन फीस है। 6 से 7 वीक लेटर आने में लगेंगे, यानी 2-2.5 महीना जितना समय लगेगा लेटर आने में। डिपॉजिट है $1,000 और उसके बाद फीस की बात करें तो लगभग 25 से 27 हजार डॉलर तक है और कुछ $30,000 तक भी फीस जो है इसकी जा सकती है। 80% से ऊपर अगर स्टूडेंट के हैं तो वो स्कॉलरशिप के लिए एलिजिबल है, जिसमें मैम ने काफी बाइफर्केशन दी ही है कि कितनी स्कॉलरशिप मिलेगी, तो उस हिसाब से हम कर पाएंगे। इंटेक भी मैं और किन्नरी आपको जो है बाइफर्केट करके बता देंगे कि अभी हम प्लान कर रहे हैं जनवरी के लिए, राइट। सितंबर तो ऑलमोस्ट May 1 डेडलाइन निकल गया है, तो जनवरी 25 में क्या प्रोग्राम है, उसमें क्या मैथमेटिक्स चाहिए नहीं चाहिए वो चीजें, और October 1 तक हम इसमें एप्लीकेशन पर कर पाएंगे। तो हमारे पास जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर ये 4 महीनों का समय है। 4 महीने में हमें एप्लीकेशन इकट्ठा करनी है मैकीवन यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए, राइट। यस मैम। इसमें मैम कुछ मेरे से रह गया हो तो आप बताइए।
Precisely, you've covered it all. Also, just to mention, 1st of October this year, we would open up for fall next year, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Now, definitely the question arises, the बच्चे जो अभी 12th में हैं, how would they apply? Because they haven't cleared. So if they can get a predicted score from their school, because usually these schools nowadays give you a predicted score list, right? You can apply based on predicted scores. You will get a conditional offer letter to give the final scores once you have applied for your 12th and you get your score maybe by April next year. But at least you'll be able to get a conditional offer letter, secure a seat by paying a deposit, get rid of the condition after you have got the final scores, after you've applied for your 12th and you've got the final. Now, if your predicted scores are way different from your actual scores, definitely there will be a re-evaluation done. For example, agar aapne predicted scores diya 90 and you end up getting 75. So there is a possibility of, if there is any scholarship, the scholarship amount might get waived off or might get revised. Or if you have opted for a program like Bachelor's of Nursing, as we talk about, because that needs a higher percentage, might withdraw their application. But if there is a 1 or 2% of a change in your predicted and your original scores, that might not affect really much for the student to go ahead and proceed and take up the program. But as early as you apply, you have better chances of getting through. And of course, you'll have more time to prepare and to get your loans if they have, or any other programs or any other details.
Okay, मैम।
Right?
सिर्फ आपने कहा ही है कि कंटिन्यू एजुकेशन में जो प्रोफेशनल सर्टिफिकेट है उसके बारे में आप बात नहीं करेंगे, पर खाली मुझे पूछना था कि उसमें रिक्वायरमेंट सेम है 6.5 5.5 की?
No, they have different requirements. So what you can do, you can just go to the website, go to School of Continuing Education.
Okay.
School of Continuing Education, they are precisely the professional programs, 1 year certificates. They will have a different criteria for each program that they have. And if you have any questions, you can even send an email to them, which is SCE International, SCE School of Continuing Education, SCE International at McEwan.ca. So if you have any pre-assessment or any particular question related to their programs, you can directly drop them an email and expect an answer back.
Okay, ma'am. ठीक है. ठीक है.
Ma'am, what would be the fees for maths if they are ready for conditionally accepted and study maths in year 1?
See, the preparatory for that might range between 6,000 to 7,000 Canadian dollars as of today, which would be comparatively higher than if they do it from an outside and open or an Ontario Maths also. Yes. Any other question?
That won't be any issue, right? If the student wants to reappear and like NIOS code, they reappear for 12th standard. So the gap also won't be any issue.
No, that should not be. See, precisely with the Canadian boards, what happens, they don't have an issue with the gap. Even if somebody is coming back to the university after 5 years and they want to get educated, we don't bother about the gaps. But yes, they have to have no backlogs and they should be able to justify that gap back to your visa counselors, right? Your visa officer. If they're able to get that and they're justifying and they're getting their visas, the university does not have a problem with the gap.
मैम, तो ये अर्ली चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन में या फिर एक्यूपंक्चर, मसाज थेरापी असिस्टेंट में हम हमारे फिजियोथेरापी स्टूडेंट या जिन्होंने बैचलर डिग्री करी उनको हम कर सकते हैं, राइट? प्लेसमेंट.
राइट.
ओके. यस, मेरे तरफ से और कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है. टीम, आप लोगों को कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो आप बताइए. किसी को कुछ क्वेश्चन है? कोई पूछना है किसी को कुछ?
मैम, इसमें बैकलॉग का क्या बोला मैम ने, एक बार फिर से क्लियर
बैकलॉग
करें.
नहीं चलती है इसमें, और ये
अच्छा.
मेनली 12th के बाद वाले स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ही है. पर कुछ प्रोग्राम्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें हम डिप्लोमा में भी अपने स्टूडेंट्स को प्लेस करना चाहे तो कर सकते हैं. गैप का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. विद जस्टिफिकेशन बैकलॉग नहीं चलाते हैं ये लोग.
तो अगर किसी ने बाय चांस इंडिया में सपोज कीजिए बैचलर्स कर रखा है, they've done the bachelor's of arts and they still want to go for a diploma maybe in say human resources in Canada, we will still look at their 12th grade mark sheets for it because the
अच्छा.
requirement is same for both the students. Either they're doing it after 12th or doing it after graduation. The requirement will still be same for both the students. We will not look at their bachelor's degree. But yes, because they've done it, it's a portfolio that they've already uploaded. So they can upload those documents that we have done this, but that would not make a change on their criteria.
Ma'am, do you accept NIOS board?
Yes. Open schooling and everything is accepted. No, that's not a problem. As far as they have completed their higher secondary, that's what is important. What you guys can just brainstorm. As she said, she would be sending across all the documents, more details to you guys in a day or two. Brainstorm. If you still have any questions, collate those questions. Drop me an email on southasia@mcewan.ca. We would be more than happy to answer back on any queries, any questions you have. You guys have pre-assessments. Send us those with your transcripts, ELP requirements. Send us the details. We will do those assessments for you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else that's coming up, please let us know.
Noted. Thank you.
Right, guys? Fine. So I'll leave you guys for today and happy working, happy selling. Say, convince your students for McEwan because that's one good opportunity of being in Alberta, one of the states, provinces of Canada, which is cost effective, beautiful, with nature, not too crowded, has a lot of opportunities still available, still coming up. The cost of living is much less as compared to the other parts of the country. Opportunities are more. So things are beautiful in and around when it comes to students who are looking at low cost but a good standard of living. Definitely Alberta is one product that you can definitely convince them for. Still, if you need anything, we are always there to help you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Thank
So
you,
just
ma'am.
let me know. Yeah, I will wait for your email. I'll wait for your calls. If you guys have anything, you want to just drop me a message, you want to drop me an email, feel free to do that.
रुखसाना मैम के साथ एक व्हाट्सएप पे ग्रुप बना देना ना. Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Sure.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear. Have a good day and we'll be in touch for sure.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye-bye.